Right, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. We are back for the semi-final match tonight in the 2025 Virtual Straight Pool World Championship, race to 150. We've got multiple Virtual World Champion Albinario up against the new kid in the block, Coldest Pillow. Albinario representing Sweden, and Coldest Pillow representing Wales. Coldest Pillow is in the lobby. Albinario will no doubt be a last-minute visit to the lobby, hopefully making it on time. So, the winner will play Cobra again in the final. Is there going to be an upset? Well, there's only sort of one way that's going to happen, and that's Coldest Pillow making scores. If he doesn't, and his contributions are low, he's got no chance. Let's see how it unfolds. Just give me a second to tab out. Good afternoon, good evening to Steve. Hello. That's
Can you
there
hear?
we go. Yeah, it takes a little while for this headset to kick in when I join the chat. I don't know why it is, but anyway, it's working.
Good. Well, this ought to be a good one. I mean, Coldest Pillow, he's getting better every time he plays, it seems like now. So I'm hoping he plays a nice match.
Well, he said he's going to go all out. Well, we'll see if that works out. Welcome to Cobra.
He just needs to do the same thing he's been doing, playing a good rhythm, not get too into his head about, what's going on. I mean, I think it's good to see some of these other guys. I've been waiting for some of them, like One Pocket Slim and Coldest Pillow, and there's several guys that have kind of been knocking at the door, and he seems to be knocking the loudest.
Yeah,
because where did he come in on the 10 ball? Wasn't he like third or something?
I can't remember.
I know he did well on it.
I have not a clue.
Yeah,
hopefully everybody's hearing us loud and clear. Let us know what you think. Not that anything's going to be changed. That's the way it's going to be.
I just hope it keeps running.
Well,
Not to put the jinx on it.
Well, I'm down to the bare minimum, so the last stream went okay as it stood, so we'll leave it at that. Maybe there's Coldest Pillow, get his prayer. He's got his prayer shawl on and his rosary beads. He's hoping Albie doesn't show up.
And he's speaking stubbish too.
Yeah, well, we are already at the quarter to the hour. We're just about, and Albinario should show up any sec now if past history goes according to plan. Right, Steve, get your explanation out right now. Everybody wants to know what the hell is going on with VP4. Come on.
I'm not sure. I haven't been able to test anything because my version's been broken. So I'm just getting to the point where it's starting to work again.
Your version has been broken. What, your version of VP4 is broken? Well, there's no help you there, I'm afraid. Add contact support.
No, that's what happens when you work on software.
Look who's arrived in the lobby. There's bad news. Welcome to Hazad. Welcome to Hairpig. Welcome to Miasma. And anybody else that cares to say hello. Right, so the room is up and still no Albinario. Well, I'm not going to panic yet. I'll panic if it's like 3 minutes past the time, and then I'll try and get a hold of him. That's update. Oh, he's been muted twice. Look at that. Now, does that count 240 minutes plus 120 minutes? Miasma's sitting with his finger the trigger as well. Well, that takes Stub out of the equation. Welcome to Run Out Rob. And No Albinario. Well, if I was Coldest Pillow, I'd get in the room regardless. And I'd stay out the stream as well, because I know he's probably lurking in the background somewhere. He wants to get full focus on the job in hand. Well, Steve, we've got a new Chinese world champion. It was coming. It took 40 years to get there, but we have a new snooker world champion. Yeah, Albinario's arrived. Let's get in for the most important part of the game.
Might be another 40 before somebody from the UK wins another one. These Chinese players.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, that could be a true statement, because I mean, there are going to be thousands of them coming through. Well, here we go. We've got Albi on the right-hand side, and well, Coldest Pillow, if he does what he did the last time against Cobra, he had a first-class break. He was put in by Cobra, and he nailed the break-off shot. And he's going to get a chance to do it again.
You don't want to be the one breaking, that's for sure.
Well, here we go. Let's see if he can get it right this time. He didn't hit this too hard. He actually hit it a nice little pace, and the left English took it right into the corner of the rack, left Cobra nothing.
Yeah, this is a tricky shot. Yeah,
well, he's got it all wrong there.
Yeah, that's a tricky shot. It can go all wrong.
Welcome to Mooncake.
So
welcome to Bill.
That might be the last shot Coldest Pillow gets. This could be 150 and out.
Well, you never know. It's always a possibility.
Well, that's a risky move. See, that's a pretty risky move, what he just did there.
Well, I think he's on the 4, so he's got a ball. He's got a dodgy 3, and he's got one into the side, so he's off and running. So I'd get the kettle on if I was Coldest Pillow. Siget versus Zuglan all over. Who the hell are them? I presume they're straight pool players.
Well, Siegel's one of the great players of all time.
Oh, he's just spelt it wrong, is he not? Is it Siegel? Is that how you spell it?
Yeah, it's Mike Siegel. Siegel, it's pronounced.
Henry Dossett says Hugh. Yep, that's my name. Is that his nickname, the Mouth?
Yeah, he's an asshole, but he's a great player.
Right, so there's one problem right where the cue ball is right now. That's the one problem that Albi's got. I think the back ball is at the 10 ball. 10 ball's fine, it goes, and when you get rid of it, you can take any of those 2 balls up the table or one into the side. So that problem can easily be resolved.
Well, this table's great. Plus, he's got a good break ball in the 13. He's got really no issues. Not quite sure why he did that.
Well, this is one good reason. Getting rid of the 10 ball. Uh-oh. I'm still okay. Right. Time to zoom in. So we know those balls are not a problem. He's probably going to drop behind one right now, I would assume. Yeah. So break ball's going to be what seems to be, from my angle, the 13 ball. Now, if it's 8 ball, then 6 ball, He's got to get the right angle on this 6 to be good. To get to this 13, it all looks so simple. But must get the right angle now. He might leave the high angle so that he's coming off the short rail and up, but he's going across, so presuming he's going to come out the back end of this.
I would.
I don't quite like this though.
Oh, this is fine.
Let's see if he. You're not going to do a dumb thing and bump into the 13. No, he hasn't. He's perfect. Well, I might have wanted a wee bit more angular. Is that okay? Well, he's got a bailout ball. He'll be grateful for that.
Well, he got away with it. I mean, yeah, I keep saying guys should be playing more angle, especially with these big pockets.
I thought it was a bit short in angle there.
You know, when you're playing on tighter pockets, sometimes you're better off not leaving quite so much angle. But on these pockets,
now, if I was him, I'd take that combo right now. I don't know why, but you know, my senses tell me get rid of that when you've got a cut on it. It's easy enough, and you've plenty of, you get bailout balls there, but he's not dealing with it right now. I'd have tended to want to get rid of that.
I agree. I would have shot it because, he was in a pretty good spot to shoot at it.
Now he's actually having to play the combo into the side. I don't know that was necessarily in the plan, but anyway, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, here's a breakout coming. Does he really need a breakout, though? Let me have a look, because see, if you get rid of the...
I would get rid
of the 14...
I would definitely move him right now. And hit it with draw, just like he's doing. Yeah.
Well, he's still got to get up to that 7 ball and then deal with that combo. He might do it now that he's on the 14, a little draw back. You don't want to overcook it, though. Yeah. So he should be good to get rid of this combo. That's what he's looking at now. I'm pretty certain that's what he's going to do.
Well, he's a little funny. He's a little funny here. He's got to come out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. So he's got all of these balls that go, and now the 3 ball is definitely the break ball. That's sitting plumb. So I presume he's got no intention of hitting that.
Well, he's gonna have to shoot the 6 up table if he's gonna break on the 3. I think. Well, yeah. If he gets a 12 out of the way, it'll go in the corner. It's a little funny.
Well, he could take the 6 ball now for some stupid reason, but
he could. But I'd go 8, 9, 12, 6 if it was me, and then go 4 last before the 3. He's going to just go straight to this. I don't like this as much because it's a little tricky getting on the 6 from here.
If he's got that slight angle, he can just stun this in, but it looks as if he's rolling through to take something in the side right now.
Because he doesn't have a good angle on this.
Yeah.
So he'll go 4, 6, 9 here.
Right, so probably, is he going to come out for the 9 in the side, or is he going to play the 9 long? Because again, he's got to have that angle just to make it nice and easy for the break ball. And it's a question of whether he comes up the table
or
whether he just stays there.
All kinds of stuff can go wrong where that 9 ball is. I mean, this is one of those side ball extended. He needs to get on this good.
Yeah, he's playing it in the side.
And that's not bad. He's good there.
Fine, yeah.
He can just hit a stop shot. I mean, a stop shot's pretty good. I think that's what he's going to do. I wouldn't come back with this. I'd just stop it. Yep. So, you definitely want to draw this.
Bonus ball. Bailout ball with the 2 ball, because I don't think he's getting... Well, he does have a cut in the 1, but I think it's going to be the 2. But I think if he plays the 2, he needs to be thinking about where his next ball is, because this isn't quite straightforward, I don't think. He plays the 2. Where's his next ball? This is trouble.
You gotta shoot the one ball.
He's got to get out. Got to get out.
You can shoot the 7-8 combo. Either way. 1 or the 7-8.
Now, is he going to stun through that gap? Yes, he is.
Yeah, when the balls are kind of spread like this with a lot of spaces, it's hard to move many of them when you try to break them.
Right, so there's nothing to bail out on down table.
Well, you can bump the 13 and shoot the 9 or the 7. Or possibly the 11. Well, he didn't get the 13. But he's still okay.
Yeah, well, is he going to play for a little nudge here onto that 7 just to bump it and open that up? Let's have a look at how he's sitting here.
No. He's sitting funny, it's how he's sitting.
Yeah. He might be looking to hit the 15 and a 6. Yeah,
he's coming straight back up. Boy, I don't like the speed there.
Yeah, I think I would have hit that a wee bit firmer just to bump them. But then again, you could bump one onto the other and lock something else up doing that. But
well, he could have locked himself up because the 5 doesn't go by the 4. If he didn't have a shot on the 13, he had nothing.
Right, so he's dealing with the problem on this side of the table. That's going to open everything up there. Well, when I say open everything up there, I mean the 9 ball, it does go, but it's tight.
You just can't go back where he was to the 5 and 4 together. He's got to get to the other side of those. So I'm not sure what he's trying to do here with this 8 ball. I might shoot the 9 ball here. Now, does the 4 ball go? Oh, I guess the 4 ball goes if you get in the right spot. Oh.
And he'll probably end up taking the 5 now. So I presume, again, jumping ahead of the game here, I'm assuming the 7 ball is a nominated ball. So he's looking like he's leaving that well alone. The 9 ball might do. That's right at the head of the pack. Well,
I'm a little surprised there because you need to get the 5 out. Oh, the 615's dead. That's why I did that.
Oh, yeah, that's stone dead. Never even looked at that. Yeah, so that's that problem. Easily going to get dealt with. So far.
Well, he's funny. Let's see if he decides. He may leave the cue ball on the rack here.
Well, that wouldn't be a bad idea, that. No, he's trying to get there.
He's able to make angle. Good shot there.
Squeezed it.
Oh, you could go forward with this one if you want. And he did.
Well, I will say this right now. This start for Albinario, regardless of what he gets, has called out Coldest Pillow. So whatever Coldest Pillow had in mind, he did say all-out attack. I don't think he's going to have much choice if he gets to the table. And that'll just play into Albinario's hand, because obviously then mistakes can be made and Albinario will just feast off that. So Coldest Pillow's odds have slipped dramatically already.
Coldest Pillow's a rhythm player. That's what he needs to do, is just stay in rhythm and let it happen.
View angle. What's wrong with my view angle?
Well, he may drive through on this one. Wham this with a lot of top. Well, he didn't really drive it.
Uh-oh, I thought that 2 ball was gonna stick in the 8 there.
9 ball goes on the side. But I would have hit that a lot harder myself.
And he's got the 6 as well. Hairpig's so bloody impatient. Look at him. Stuck in overhead view. I mean, you're worse than probably a TV director is. Tell you. Everything's under control. Don't worry.
Okay. And that was nice. That opens up everything, really. I'm kind of surprised not shooting a 5-ball here.
Yeah, because it's still a little bit,
Well,
get out of the way type here.
you shoot
need
the
to
5, bump the 6, and you got
Yeah.
the 2, the 8. I mean, that's
Well,
what I'd be doing here.
does he want to bump the 6? Because that might be a good
Well,
break ball.
he doesn't
14 could be a good
no,
break ball.
you bump it gently, like that.
Yeah, that'll do it. Sink crap. So the run is 48. The highest run in the tournament is still 130. Which,
well, we're thinking the same thing, because that's what I thought. 2, 3.
Well,
probably 13. 2, 3, 13. Bump the 1 a little. He's thinking about the 8. I like shooting a 3 here.
Now, is he going to run into these?
He's going to bump the 1 gently. Well, that wasn't quite as gently as I would have done. But
it was Albinario's version of gently.
that was a little firmer than I thought he'd hit it, but. Not sure what he's doing here.
Well, he's doing the right thing. He's doing what I keep saying. Make sure you know where you are going before you commit yourself.
No, I like that choice because it gets the 10 out of the way of the 1.
Good evening. How did Albinario?
Yep, now he can shoot the 11 ball.
Yeah. A Coldest pillow broke off and it was a terrible break off. That's a sort of summary of that. Good evening.
Well, I don't know what the hell that was.
Well, there goes the break ball.
Yeah,
and
and this is
14.
Good. 13 in the side and just roll up. Okay, let's see where this is coming in. It's coming in a good spot, so he doesn't need to draw this real hard. Yeah, he drew it harder than he needed to. That's why it's always good to look and see how the ball's going into the rack. It gives you an idea what you really need to do with the cue ball.
Well, this is a much more open table apart from the 2 balls married up with one another at the bottom of the screen. But no obvious break ball.
Well,
we might be working at the back of the pack here.
Well, that overhit that a little.
Now, having said that, he might be taking the ball that could have been the break ball from the back of the pack. He might be forced into doing it, get rid of the 2. Now he's got to hope he bumps something into play.
Well, you don't hope. You do it on purpose.
Let's have a look. Well, you see, this becomes even more of an issue then. So, work ahead here for Albi and a bailout ball in this half of the table. I mean, the obvious thing about getting these runs in straight pool is overcoming the obstacles. That's the challenge each time in every rack. And, being able to overcome them, being prepared for them. And I think more often than not, Albinario's pretty good at that.
Yeah, I haven't figured what's going on yet, guys, so I'm still looking at it.
Well, I'll tell you something, Steve, and I'm not just exaggerating. That's the weirdest I've ever seen it, because now I understand why the cue ball was stuck on the rail as I was looking at it, because it was on a bigger table. It was revealed that it was the hard times table, and that smaller, whatever, the hog pen table or whatever it was. It was just like a ghost image of a table. And suddenly, when he finally potted those balls, you saw the hard times table appear. Never seen anything like it in any sort of sync issue. But it's good in the sense that there's a good number of people have said they've had issues. So you know that there's it's not imagination. It's definitely a problem somewhere along the line. But no doubt you'll get to the bottom of it at some point. Right, so what have we got then? 15 ball then? I mean, I don't like that, because that's way above the pack. So I'm still got no clue what's going on here. 3 ball, still the isolated ball. I mean, if you were sitting there, the 15 ball's a break ball into the pack from this end, breaking from the side. But other than that, I can't fathom out how he's going to work this. This is one where there is a threat that this could break down.
Well, you can break off the 11 ball. It's a little lower than your optimal, but you can. It's just you need to get on it good. Same thing with a 15.
There's a VP4 Neo in the game that can move the balls at will. What is that? What is it you call that? Is that psychokinesis or whatever it's called? What's it called again? Telekinesis? I can't remember. Where people hold their hands in front of the PC monitor and they move the VP4 balls on the table. Right, so I'm assuming that Albinario's got something worked out here, and I don't know that that's it. I don't know that that is it. Oh, he is. He's okay. I was thinking that was going to be tight past the 9.
He may be trying to break using a 12 ball.
Well, I can't see any other option. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, this is going to be. There's not going to be much room here, I don't think. Well, you can get there.
You got to hit this with the right English. And you want to hit this. You don't want to bunt this. Very good.
Yeah. And he's got a bailout ball, no problem. But he's got a cluster to deal with, and he's got balls adjacent that he can deal with the problems. So 71 and counting. Could be an early night here for Coldest Pillow, the way this is going.
Well, I mean, if it is, it's going to be a good lesson, because you can't take anything for granted if you want to win these things. And the break that he hit was a risky break, and he's paying for it.
Right, let's have a closer look at this stack of balls here. See if there's anything that's set. Not really, to be honest with you. So I think we can give up on that idea. So there's the move. Oh, he is lucky. He is very lucky. The 2 ball comes to the rescue. He was stone dead, I think, there. Absolutely stone dead. Nailed to the 8 ball. But he's got away with it. And 4 balls in the bottom half of the table as we look. So he wants to be thinking about tidying them up. I mean, I don't play straight pool, but I always think that you don't want to be having your mind split at both ends of the table, where you're thinking about what's down there and then you're more worried about what's up the top end. I think you're far better off dealing with the majority of this stuff here when you've got time to do it and you've got balls up table that you can still work with. Oh, look who's joined the chat. And what's Stub? No, he's typing the same stuff, yeah. There you go. That's the power of administration. That's Stub been muted for 5 minutes. Right, well, we've got one bailout ball to deal with, and well, this isn't exactly what I would say is pretty, the way this table's sitting right now. So, break ball would be the 15 ball. And again, as long as he's either inside or outside this 14 ball, well, in this case, he's inside, he'll be able to come out and get that line. Now, the question is whether he just stuns straight across or whether he just runs the cue ball around and out. He's going around and out, doesn't want to run out much further. That's pretty good. Steve's gone awful quiet. That always worries me.
It does. What does that mean?
So the run is 84.
What does it mean when Steve's gone quiet?
Yeah, he's either eating or he's watching something else on the TV. Right, well, he's okay. So now...
Well, you know, I mean, if Albin's going to win, I hope he runs 150 out.
Yeah, I would like to see that because we've not had that in one of these championships. And I'm sure I'm right in saying that we haven't had that.
Okay, so why?
Now, that angle that he's got in that pink 12 ball, can he not stun into the short rail and bump something? Does he want to bump something or does he want to try picking these off? Because, I mean, they might be a bit tight to get in there unless he's going to hit them up table. Now, how's he done there? Now, did he want to try and get into that tight space to go on the 11? And we'll never know. Because the fact that he isn't on the 11 means he does have to get the check on this. No, he isn't. Surprised at that. Now I'm not sure what he's doing. So, that 8 ball, I don't think you can get that 8 ball to pot it. I mean, you could bank it up and down the table if you get rid of the 6 ball. So there's a wee bit of concern here. There is just a wee bit of concern that he's going to have a sort of last chance saloon opportunity to deal with this. Now, if he drops the 2 in, he can cut up the top end behind the 8 ball, can't he? So, or he could even finish on the 3. Oh, in fact, he could get the 8. I didn't think he could get the 8. But look what he's done. He's got a major problem now, and it's a dodgy cut in the 13. That'll certainly open those 2 balls up. He's going to have to bite the bullet here. Yep. I don't think he's going to left with much choice. I think he's got to take that, unless he wants to come out into the table and try and get better on the 13 off this 5. Is that the 5 that's up there? Yes, it is. So this is either, that's what he's maybe thinking on, trying to come out so he's a wee bit more comfortable in the 13 and play that to break those 2 balls. I think that's the idea. Well, now I'm baffled. Maybe it was too straight. So he's going to come around the corner and do it again. Is he going to try and check into them?
I think the 11 goes, but I don't think you want to shoot it. I think you want to shoot the 13 and bump the 11. That's what I'd be looking at doing here. This is easy to get high on the 13, so you can bump the 11.
Well, you go too far. He's played for the... That's it. Problem solved as far as breaking the balls go. Now, he might stay in the rack this time if he gets the opportunity. He could work with ball in hand in the kitchen for that 9 ball, unless he wants to use the 3 to get to the 9, because that looks fairly simple as long as he gets good in the 3. So, and the 3's been 9 been nudged out. That's no harm done.
Oh, I like that move. I think
it looks good.
Better break ball out further.
Yeah, it looks good. Well, there was just a wee bit of worry there that he was going to leave it too late, but again, he's dealt with the problem. And this is going to be pretty nigh perfect, I would imagine. What, did he just roll through a little bit here, I think?
You could just stop it. It's safer to just hit a stop shot.
Or stop it stone dead. Yeah, he'll have the angle there doing that. Yeah. Perfect.
Stop shot's always safer than trying to do something like a stun run. I guess 98. You could roll it, but... What's a high run for this tournament?
130. It's still a Cero's high run. Oh, now that 10 ball, or what is it, 14 balls just sort of came to the rescue there. I mean, yes, he could cut the 4, but it's a lot more comfortable playing that 14. So,
yeah, he's okay here. He's going to have to move balls, obviously, but, you know, the 15 ball is a good ball to move off of. He's going to shoot the 2 and then the 15 into the stack there.
well,
you almost can't go wrong with the 8 ball sitting the way it is. Now, he didn't do that, which surprised me. He didn't roll up and shoot the 15.
I'll say this right now, Cobra. Albinario's gunning for you. He's coming, Cobra. Right, so how do we deal with this problem here?
Well, I already told you how you deal with it, but he didn't do that, which kind of surprised me. I think the 312 is pretty dead. He could play that.
Well, how's he going to play that when the 11's in the way? Are you talking about at the side? You can't get to the 12.
No, from the side, from like, you know, just below the 5. You want to cut that 3 ball a little bit. It's because it's kind of close to the near point.
No, he's going to do the stun now.
But this is a mistake, because if you would have done on the 15, you had the 8 ball in front of the pocket. The problem with doing it here is you may not come out with a shot.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Yeah, see?
The run is 103.
What he should have done was when he shot the 2-ball, he should have rolled forward and then shot the 15 and got into the pack then, because the 8-ball was sitting right there in front of the pocket.
Yeah.
I just, I don't get that one. I mean, he obviously plays pretty damn good straight pool. He just ran 103, but I didn't get that play there. Why he didn't do that when he had a really good opportunity.
Mm-hmm. That's, again, it's just the fascination of this game is how everything, how Albie's dealt with the problems. He might not have dealt with them the way you would have liked to have dealt with them, Steve, but he dealt with most of them. And then all of a sudden, cue ball's loose.
Well,
and there you go.
Here's the thing, Hugh. I only say that because, it's just one of those heuristics for playing this game. Is when you shoot a break shot, it's advantageous to have a ball that's an escape ball, like a ball near a pocket, a ball you're going to get a shot on. And he had that opportunity. And when he played the shot that went south, I mean, no, did it have to go in the pocket? No. But when he played that shot, he did not have that safety ball. Yeah. And that, all he had to do was roll forward a couple inches off the 2-ball. It was a perfect opportunity. So,
well, this is also the perfect opportunity for a sensational response.
Well, if you're Coldest Pillow at this point, you just got to relax and play your game. It's, this is a tough game. And I think for most people, their downfall is just, getting mental about it. You've got to be able to relax and play in a rhythm. And he's a rhythm player, so it's even more important for him.
Well, I think Coldest Pillow's high run, which obviously he's made during the tournament because he's never played the game before, but his high run, I think, is 57. So he's got that as a target to start off with.
I'll say this about Coldest Pillow is he's got a very good game. He's got a good attitude. He's always trying to learn. I mean, he's got a lot of things going for him. Is he going to be able to win this match? I don't know, but he does have a chance. All he's got to do is stay at the table. Simple, right?
Well, yes, that would be the ideal scenario. But the other thing he has to do is that when there is a potential issue, this cue ball's just as well there was a ball there to bump because that was going south. That cue ball.
I would have gone forward with that angle. And part of it for him is he doesn't know the game that well. So
no.
that makes the odds longer because making high runs, a lot of that comes from playing the right way. And, I don't think he knows how to. So he's going to need to get a little luck to get a big run.
I think that's probably the same issue for everybody that plays straight pool in that sense where you look at this table, all you're doing, you've got balls to pot. It's VP4. You've got plenty of balls to choose from, but it's a critical situation you get to when you get down to those last 3 or 4 balls. That's the thing that you have to learn. It's very easy just to pick off balls in this game, but getting that order right at the right time is so important, especially if you're Coldest Pillow in this situation.
It's just
and
it's
the learning process.
It's all percentages, and I think you either understand that or you don't. It's amazing that people's capacity for not understanding that. Like a lot of people play poker, that they think if they won the hand, they played it the right way, and if they lost it, they played it the wrong way. And that's not true at all. I mean, there's a right way to play, and it doesn't guarantee you're going to win, but it raises the percentages. And it's really the same thing in pool, is you raise your percentage of success by playing the right way.
Well, you've just said something, Cobra, which is probably true about Coldest Pillow, that he's got this idea in his head that when he comes to this break shot, he must hammer the pack to open them, whereas it's a controlled hit. Just all you want to do is release 2 or 3 balls. If they open up, great, but you don't want to take that risk of letting that cue ball go so loose with so much pace.
Well, I think part of it's knowing, again, it's knowing how to play when, because there's times when you do want to hit them harder. It's just knowing when that is.
Well, here we go. Let's see how soft this is.
Well, see, like this one, you got to draw this ball, and I would draw it hard. You're not going to scratch up table. It's going to come back to the end rail, but see that? And why do I know that? Because all you got to do is look and see how the cue ball is going to come off the rack. That one was not going to scratch.
Well, so far so good. Now,
oh boy, he just got himself a little funny, but he's got the 8-4. He's okay. He's got the combination.
Yeah, that's pretty nigh unmissable.
You know, the advantage of hitting them harder is that you get this kind of spread. I mean, this is wonderful. You know, anybody can run this kind of rack out if they move the cue ball decently. When they're together and you're picking them apart, you know, that can be a lot tougher. But that said, you know, what Cobra's talking about is true. You don't want to just blast them all the time, because if you don't know where the cue ball is going, then, you know, eventually you're going to get in trouble. Now, if you watch Jason Shaw play straight pull, he blasts them most of the time. You know, he's not very gentle. And the guy ran, what was it? He ran 719.
Well, I think that goes back down to the point about he knows what he's doing, though, doesn't he? That's the difference.
Well,
you know,
he understands where the cue ball is going to go.
Yeah, so, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, he knows, he's a pro, and he knows that you don't get 800 runs and stuff like that in this game if you don't know that. And certainly, he knows that he can hit the ball hard, because the odds are that the way he's playing at the cue ball is going to be under some sort of control.
I mean, it's a little bit more old style to kind of separate the rack and pick them off. You know, but again, that requires a lot of skill too. You know, you've got to move the cue ball really good if you're going to play that way. I think with Coldest Pillow, he moves the cue ball pretty good. I mean, he doesn't move it like Albin. So you got to go with your strengths. If you're good at making balls and your cue ball movement's good but not great, you know, you don't have great precision, then you might be better off hitting them hard and not having to deal with you know, picking the rack apart. So like that one, he hit hard again and again. You know, the cue ball was under control. He's got a nice spread.
There's an immediate concern, though. Those two balls down table here at the bottom end of the screen, they're in isolation, but not only that, they've got nothing near them to break them out. He's going to be in trouble here if he doesn't try and get a bump in that very early on, I would suggest, because there's balls up there where he's got a bailout, but he's got to try something. And that might have been him dead. He might be dead in the water.
Yeah, that was well, he's going to have to cut this 13 ball. He's got the 13. But, you know, I mean, that's a little bit of a bad roll, having the 9 and 10 come together.
Now, that's not bad. He's bumped to 14 up table, and that gives him at least some sort of a chance to just come around the corner and bump them. Or is he going to try and manufacture a combo here? I don't know that would be a wise move.
No, there's nothing there. He needs to get an angle where he can, you know, use the 14, potentially the 8 or 6.
Now he's worried. I would leave the 14 where that is. I'd leave it well alone and look at the angle in the 14 and play it specifically. Now, he's got the chance right now, has he? Let me have a look.
No, this is not
a bit
great
straight.
Angle.
He's a bit straight.
But if he shoots the 6 ball, he'll have a nice angle.
Yeah.
And that's perfect.
He's got to do this now.
I would try to run into the back of him, and just because you got the 8 and 4 sitting there. So I would try to hit rail first into the 10 with a little bit of speed. You don't want to hit this real easy.
Big target. So even a little chip, it doesn't matter. And would you believe? Well, there you go. I thought he was going to squirt around the back. Now he's
good shot. Well, now he's good. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, he's got some balls that are still close together, but
now the 7 and the 3. What's he trying to do here? Well, that's worked, although I don't necessarily think he tried that. I think he tried to break those other 2 balls possibly.
Well,
but anyway, he's good to get on the 1.
The
or
1
the
ball
15.
goes, so yeah.
Yeah. So,
I like the pace he plays at, and he's kind of a dangerous player, even in straight pool, because he plays like he doesn't give a shit, which is the best way to play this game.
It's probably a true statement, because in the situation of the game, he's just get the head down and getting on with it.
It's the best way to play pool, really. Any game, it's play like you don't give a shit. Now, if you watch the pros, it doesn't look like that too much, but
now, do you reckon this is going to be a 7-ball side break here?
boy,
Looks odds on it's going to be to me.
I mean, the 15 ball is outside the rack, I think.
Is it? Let's have a look.
It looks like it is.
Yeah, it's very tight though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very tight, and I always hated those. But I think you can break off it.
We'll soon find out.
Too straight in here. He's going to have to.
This is not ideal.
He's going to have to hit this hard.
Needs to keep rolling. And you see, here we go. We're a million miles away from it again, but at least he's got a shot. Can he get there though?
Now this you got to draw big time, because this wants to go straight in the corner pocket.
It just wants to just follow it in. Yeah.
You got to put a lot of draw on this.
He got the draw. And, well, the first target, I'm not going to say anything, but he's not far away from his high run. And he's got plenty of balls there to get his high run. So this is a good start so far.
Yeah, and see, this is smart. He's kind of looking around, coming up with a general plan, and then he'll get back in rhythm. If you play this game where every single shot, you really spend a lot of time looking around, and you're just going to wear yourself out. You just can't do that in this game.
Right, so we have the 3 bailout balls at the bottom end of the table as we look. Now we're looking for a break ball. It could be the 3. At the moment, it's the 3. It could be the 8.
I like the 3 the best. I think he'll play for that.
Now this table looks too easy right now. This table looks too easy to him because the balls are all open and he can pick them off. But this is where you can easily make a numpty mistake here, taking something for granted,
like shooting the 3
like
ball.
Doing that, yeah.
Like now, doing that. Why would you shoot the 3 ball when that's a good break ball?
Because he thinks the 8 ball's a better ball.
It's not. It's okay. The 3 is also much more guaranteed to get on than the 8.
Give him the benefit of the doubt, Steve. He's got 3 balls. Well, he needs to get rid of one of them here. Obviously, the 5's a blocker, but he's got 2 balls here that will get him onto that 8, no problem. And he's going to catch the corner of the pack, and he's going to be breaking from this side, obviously. So he's good to catch the corner of the pack here, but he's going to have to be low on this 8. And
he didn't want to put the cue ball where he just put it, I can tell you that.
So he's now got a. Let's have a look what he's done there.
He set himself up for a combo. Well, now he's going to shoot the 8.
Well, now it's the 14 as a break ball.
Yeah, which isn't a horrible break ball, but the problem with the 14 is there's a scratch up in the corner pocket because you got to draw that. I mean, you could try to hit the end ball on the rack, which is risky. If you draw it into the rack, then there's a good chance you could scratch up in the corner. So.
He's okay. This is scratch territory with that 14 break ball. This corner pocket.
Well, you can play to hit the corner ball on the rack. So if he just went a little forward off it.
He's actually about parallel with that corner. Well, he's a wee bit short of it, but.
Yeah, so if I was shooting that, I'd try to hit the corner ball because I think that's the safest way to play it.
And he's now got a new high run. So, now what's he doing? He's a wee bit straight.
He's a little funny here.
Go watch that side pocket or whatever. He's leaving it short.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this is perfect. Now you want to hit the 10 ball. That's what you want to do here. Not on the high side if you can avoid that. Now see, he went. That's how you scratch. He just happened to hit the rack where it didn't go into the pocket.
He got away with it.
Well, you know, like we were talking about before, he may need a little luck to really pop off a huge run.
9 ball right now, I think.
I think he's got to shoot the 1 ball here.
12 ball looks like a break ball at the moment, but it probably won't be there for very long.
He may run into it right now.
Well, he's nudged out a wee bit better. Now he's dead in the water, I think. He is stone dead, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe should have shot that with a little more speed. Let's see what he can do here.
Well, he can look, but he ain't getting anything.
I think he can play the 13 on the side. I think that ball will go. I think you can cut
off the 6.
Yep. You got to cut the 13 because you can't hit it straight from there. But I think if you cut the 13, you can get it to go off the 6 into the side.
Right. Well, you see, if I was him, I'd just stick the cue ball on the 13 and do nothing. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, and then,
he's looking for some sort of miracle shot here. He's got to just take the hit, lose a point, and leave Albie nothing.
Yeah, but
that's what he wants to do.
That's a losing proposition because you'll just get it back.
I would still do that and have a lifeline rather than just try something crazy and just leave it wide open for Albie.
I'm going for crazy. I'm playing the 13 off the 6. Left English, cut it as much as you can. And yeah, that's what I vote for, the crazy shot. Oh, he's playing
what did he call? He's calling the 6. Where the hell is he playing? He trying to think he's going to. That's never going to work.
That might work. I think it's going to come short just at the angle that the 13's hitting the 6, but it might work if he doesn't hit it too hard.
But he's talking about hitting that off the 9 and into the pocket. That's never going to work, is he?
No, he's banking it.
Is he?
Yeah, he's just got to get it past the 9. Right.
No, I would have still stuck it in whatever ball it was. I would have stuck it in the 12.
But that's a losing proposition. All you can do when you do that is what you're trying to do. If you bump that ball, is you're trying to make things a little better. So when you get the shot back, you have a little better chance to do something. Like, let's say you didn't think the 6 would go off the 13, so you bump that ball. So you change the angle a little, and then when he gives it back to you, then you shoot it. You can't just take a foul and leave everything the same, because when you get it back, now you're 1 foul more into it, and you got the same situation. So if you're gonna play that game, you've got to try to tweak the balls a little bit. Well,
I still think my crazy idea was better than his crazy idea.
Well,
this could be sayonara.
Okay. Your crazy idea or the modification of actually trying to do something. You can't just take a foul in that situation unless you think you're playing an idiot who's going to do something really stupid. And I don't think Albin's in that category. You got to take a foul with purpose.
Well, he could. I'm pretty certain he could have bumped a ball somewhere, but left the cue ball still sitting there. But the idea is to try and keep yourself in the match. But I don't know.
I would have tried moving that 13 ball up into the 6 and just changing the angle a little.
Well, here's a question. Here's a question for Cobra. What would you have done there, Cobra? There's a proposition for you. What would you have done in Coldest Pillow's situation that he was in? Would you have just taken the hit and ride your luck and see what happens, or would you have done something crazy like Steve was suggesting?
Well, I had 2 suggestions. One was play the 13 off the 6. The other was to move the 13 to make it better off the 6.
Now that's sitting in the fence, Cobra, right? So
no,
that's
not
what I
sitting on the fence at all. Because what you suggested just gets you a foul and doesn't gain anything.
Yeah, well, tell me what you would have done instead then. See, I'm not a straight pool player. I would have just bailed out like a chicken and done that.
So that was the first lesson Lou Butera ever gave me, that exact situation. And he goes, "What do you do here?" I'm like, "I don't know." He goes, "Give me your cue." I gave him my cue. I was practicing. He bumps the balls. I'm like, "Fine." So I just tap it and give it back to him. I foul back. He turns around, fires the cue ball off the rail, calls a ball out of the middle of the pack, fires the cue ball off the rail back into the pack and makes a ball in the corner, his called ball. And he goes,
Yeah, so
I was just bumping it to make that ball better.
Yeah, but what you did was you bumped it and set up a combo for him. So that was a
No,
numpty mistake,
no, no,
wasn't
no,
it?
no. I didn't bump it. I didn't bump it. I just gave it back to him. I tapped the cue
Right.
ball. I
So
did not move it.
that was an even worse mistake. You made the mistake that I keep talking about people doing, is making the wrong move before you've actually looked at the whole situation. So there was a combo there all the time and you missed it.
No, when he bumped the rack with the cue ball, he made that combo.
Right.
He made it happen.
Right. So then you gave him it back, and then he played the side rail shot.
Let me explain this to you, Hugh. I've been playing pool for about 2 years, and he's a world champion. He won the World Straight Pool Championship. We're talking about a numpty and a world champion.
Yeah, and of course, I presume he ran out a fair stack of balls before you got another chance.
No, we weren't playing.
He was only just right.
He had just come in the pool room and seen me practice straight pool,
So,
and he was just
let
helping
me ask
me
you
out.
this question. Let me ask you this question: did you learn anything from that situation?
I did, which I just applied here, but you don't. You want to keep telling me that that's the wrong thing to do.
I'm an umpty. That's my explanation. But that was it was interesting that I mean, that was to me that was a last chance saloon shot going for that. But like I said, I would have just done the totally ignorant non-straight pool player shot and just bailed out.
But again, you didn't have to go for it. You could just move the balls a little and still left them nothing. There was a third option: just bump the balls a little and try to make them better for yourself.
Well, I'll discuss that with Coldest Pillow and see because he's probably as
it's tough because he hasn't played a lot of straight pool, and
yeah,
he's playing against a guy that's won this tournament a lot, and
why don't Albinario play the 5 ball and play the bump here? Why is he not playing the 5?
Well, that's a little risky bump from that, because he doesn't have an escape ball.
That if he played the bump, well, he might have had a combo into the side.
Well, he could have used.
No, he can't. He hasn't.
He could have. He's got the 6, the 8, the 1. He's got a bunch of balls that'll work.
In fact, what I missed there is the 6 ball sitting there at the head of the pack there, and that can break them if he got the angle on them.
Well, he's got from there. He's got plenty of ways to break him. He's just a little straight on this 5, unfortunately. He's going to have to wham this. He's going to try to come back for the 1, probably. Yeah, so he's got the 1 or the 6. He's got his choice here. I think he'll probably shoot the 1. I'm not sure that's necessarily better, but they both will work. The thing about the 1 is you could end up moving the 8 ball, and yeah, well done. He hit it at really the perfect speed there.
He's good, and he's got another choice of break ball, so that's all worked out very nice here. He's got the 10 ball sitting there, so now he's got choices.
Yeah, this is pretty much ideal. He's going to bump the 11 here and shoot the 7. Sometimes in straight pool, you'll change your plan because sometimes the ball rolls up just right for something that you weren't playing. That happens actually quite a bit in this game.
Yeah, and that's where you have to then sort of go to a sort of mini plan B. It might actually work out better for you. You've got to be on your toes.
Yeah,
you've definitely got to be on your toes at all times.
I went to a clinic with John Schmidt. We were talking about how to play straight pool, and he mentioned that a number of times about rolling up, where he just, oh, well, look how I rolled up on this ball. I'm going to shoot this.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's going 11-9, and then he's got to decide 11-9, probably 6, but maybe he'll shoot one of these wing balls first. Let's see what he decides to do here.
Well, this could be, I would suggest.
Boy, this is not. He's almost got to shoot the 8 ball here because he's funny on the 10 and 6.
Does anybody remember who watched the Acero's first match? Does anybody remember if Acero won it on the second visit when he got his 130 run? Because this could just be a 2-visit win here for Albinario.
Oh, he decided to hit that easy. I'm surprised. I thought he'd hit that with speed. Well, now we got some angle.
This is a bit ropey.
Well, I definitely say go forward with this one. Although it's a little funny because it's going to hit the bottom of the 8 ball. I'm not sure I'd go forward with this one. I might actually draw this. Normally at this angle, you're always going forward. We'll see what he decides to do. I would not stun this. That's for sure. He looks like he's going to stun it. I hope he doesn't scratch.
Well,
another
lifeline for Coldest pillow.
What I thought he was going to do when he got that funny angle on the 6 was wham it, go to the side rail and come back out. Instead, he decided to roll it, but that was always going to give him a lot of angle.
Yeah.
That was a little bit too much angle.
Yeah, he says bit steep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he shouldn't have made that. I mean, I think with these pockets, most good straight pool player are going to make that shot, but it's definitely one that can be missed.
What's Hairpig talking about? Draw is scratch. Was that that break that you're talking about there?
Most of the time when you have a lot of angle, you should follow, but not all the time, because sometimes, depending on how it's coming into the rack, follow's not good. That's like a 95% rule. It's not 100% rule. It's a heuristic.
Now, is that 3-ball set? Let me have a look. That 3-ball is absolutely stone dead and completely unmissable. 4-ball onto the 7, onto the 3, stone dead. So that's taken care of. He doesn't need to try to break them up if he's already spotted that combo.
So what did he run? He ran
20. Was it 23 there or 26? Something like that.
No, I mean Coldest Pillow ran 66 last time, so he needs at least that this time.
Yeah. And the great thing about this game is that is still a possibility. Well, is he getting rid of the 4? Can he pot the 4 in the other corner?
Well, I think he wants the 4 to open those balls up. See, now he's got enough angle where he can open them up, and I like that play.
He might actually pot the 3 here in this process here, depending how hard he hits it. Yeah, well, he hit it soft.
Good play. Because, otherwise you get into like trying to use the 5-ball or something, and it's easier to get stuck on something.
Well, it's a big ask here, Pig, but, well, I mean, let's look on the bright side for Coldest Pillow's sake. He's put 66 together, another high run for him in straight pool, and he's going to have that. What's that? 75. So he's another 75, and he's home and dry.
He's doing good. You got to take your small victories. He's getting better. Yeah. I mean, I agree. He probably needs to win this visit, but
it's a great challenge for him. I mean, if he gets a 75 run here, he wins the match.
He's having a good tournament. You got to take your small victories.
Yeah, I remember, he's got a chance.
I played in the tournament, and I played 5 matches without missing a ball, and one of those matches was against Stevie Moore. I beat Stevie Moore 5-1, and then I came in 3rd. And you know what? I was really happy. In the last match I lost, I didn't miss a ball. It was frickin' Josh Roberts who
used to just
plays godlike. So you got to be happy if you're playing well and you're doing good. whether or not you win the thing.
No, he's okay. He's okay. Now, he has an opportunity. I don't know how straight he is in that ball, but he could play.
No, he needs
No, he
13,
can't.
13-6. 13-6. Don't start doing crazy stuff. 13-6. You need to get the 6 out of the way. It's blocking other balls.
Yeah, but it's not exactly a crisis situation there. I'm thinking about the 12 ball to open these up.
Well,
I'm thinking about that 12 and dealing with them.
You can, but I would wait because you got the 10 ball. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything right away.
Well, this ball needs to get out of the way for a start. This 15.
Well, he's going to hit it in between the 9 and the 2 here.
Well, that's dealt with it.
2, but it's all good.
No.
Now I shoot the 15 and shoot the 6. One thing about straight bull, it's kind of a rule about things, is you want to get the balls on the rail early, and because those are trouble balls, and the 6 ball, not only does he have the 7 on the rail, but the 6 ball is blocking the 14 and the 7.
Now, is he thinking about just leaving the 6 there and playing the combo with the 14? Is that what he's thinking? Is that the 14 ball that's there? Yes, it is.
He's shooting it now, and he's gotten to it soon enough. I mean, he's still got enough balls to get to it because the 7 does go by the 14, so that's a good thing. Because you're way more likely to go 7-14 if it goes by. And he's kind of left this a little funny.
You're a wee bit too straight in this 3 ball, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking at, do I want to shoot the 12 on the side? Do I want to shoot the 2? Do I want to wham the 3?
Well, he can put a bit of spin in this and come off the short rail back into the table, but he's going to bail out up table, is he, or into the side?
No, he's going to shoot.
No, he's blocked up the table.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a side. A long rail break shot, I would say, off either of those 2 balls either side.
Now you want to get pretty straight on the 7, and he did not. So see, this I don't like because you'd much rather shoot the 7 here, but you can't because he's not.
Well, that might work.
That does work.
It gives him a choice.
But he doesn't have any kind of wonderful break balls. I mean, he can break off the 7 or the 11 if he can get the cue ball on the rail. And he's just about too straight on both of them, which is hard to do.
He's right in no man's land.
And he's gonna play this way, and this is a lot of bad things gonna happen.
Well, it's gonna come off the top of the pack, isn't it? Danger of the scratch again.
But that's better than going into the side of it and getting stuck. You want to hit the 2 ball.
Oh, he's okay. He's okay. Panic over. Now, do you take the 4 ball right now just because you can, or do you leave that to a later date?
The only thing about taking the 4 ball is where the cue ball's tracking's a little funny. I would take it except for the fact that I don't like where the cue ball's going. You don't want to run into the pack, and if you get past the 14 on the other side, what are you going to shoot it?
Yeah.
So if you're going to shoot the 4, I would roll forward and bump the 5, so you know you have a shot on the 15 next.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, that was the problem with getting on this side of the rack, is this side of the rack. Replay that here. Let's see that again.
Oh, that's probably too late.
Yeah.
No, I think no, too late. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, that was the problem with this side of the rack, is there wasn't a lot of shots, and even though he hit the rack, he didn't. It was a little bad luck.
Right. What about playing the 2 and 5 onto the 4 and calling the 4 into the corner? Is it too thin? It looks too thin.
It's a little thin. Can you get it to move over?
Yeah, he's got a gap between the 2 and the 5. He could manufacture it so it's a bit of a thicker hit if he can.
Well, the 5 ball's screwing him for the safe.
Now he's
What do you
called the
call it?
6 here. This is a combo with the 7 onto the 6. I much prefer the 2-5-4. I don't know, but anyway, good luck.
I think this shot's actually a little easier than the 2-5-4. Those kind of shots, like where you got to be that precise going way up table, are tough.
Yeah, that'll
Good
work.
shot. Yeah.
That'll work.
Beauty.
That will do very nicely. Well, that's a bailout they needed.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot.
Fair play on that one.
He hit that dead nuts perfect.
Right, so that's the first mini crisis over. Now, did you want to play the 8 right now? He's looking at the middle ball. Why doesn't he just play the 8 and bump the whatever it is, the 10, and then get rid of the 11?
I mean, this is okay. I mean, it's
well, he's doing it the other way,
bunch,
so
a bunch of little movements.
That'll work. Right, now, what do we do? Do we keep this 9 ball there for the break shot? You could use the 15 to get to the 9 for the break shot. That would be doable. And he's got the one, well, in fact, he's got the 2 bailout balls up table here. He wants to think about them pretty soon.
If you wanted to see somebody make just unbelievable shots playing this game, or one pocket, to keep things going, Dennis Coolio, when he was still able to come here and playing good. I can remember watching him at Derby play. They have a straight pool challenge, so you're trying to get high runs to qualify for the straight pool tournament. And so you'll shoot at anything to keep your run going. I saw him make some shots that you just wouldn't believe. I mean, just freaking unbelievable. Ones you'd never shoot at in a match.
Mm-hmm.
Just unfreaking believable. Yeah, he was the best pool player in the world for quite a few years. Great player.
Right. Well, that 15 ball that was talking about to get to the 9 ball, it looks as if he's set his heart on the 5 ball then. In that case, we're using the 4 ball or the 2 ball to get to the 5 ball for the break shot. So he's going to be middle of the table again for the cut. Although that one's now sort of abandoned. He wants to rethink that, because this 1 ball is no good. He wants to get there on this 1 and get it dealt with.
Well, Henry, the reason why Hughes is because a lot of these guys in the UK, if they don't see it on TV because it's a matchroom event, they don't see it. Because unless you watch full streams, you wouldn't have seen Dennis.
No, we've never seen. We've only seen him when he was in the Mosconi Cup team. He was in the Mosconi Cup team at one time, wasn't he?
No. Because he's Filipino.
Oh no, he's Filipino. What am I talking about?
Well, that was a beautiful shot there. That was really well done. So
why did I think he was American?
I would go forward with this with a lot of speed. I'd go forward here, and he goes back, but he's okay.
No, I'm mixing him up with Dennis Hatch. That's who I knew. Somebody was called Dennis. Is it Dennis Hatch?
Yeah, Dennis Hatch.
He was in the American team, wasn't he?
Yeah, good player.
Aye, that's who I get mixed up with.
But nothing like Dennis Coolio. I mean,
they all look the same. These pool players.
Dennis Hatch is like 6'2", 220. Dennis Coolio looks like all the other Filipinos. He's
4'8" and he's stalking souls.
Yeah, Dennis is an interesting fellow. I like Dennis. He's a cool dude. He really is. But no, he was never a top player. He was a very, very strong player. Definitely a champion. He was the Mosconi Cup MVP one of the years I went to it. I've been to Mosconi Cup twice. But I went the first year Oscar was in it, and he was the MVP on the team that year.
Right, so, well, the scoreboard looks very much healthier here for Coldest Pillow, and I mean, you're in a terrible position here. Where is he totally focused on the table, or is he looking at the scoreboard?
He better not be looking at the scoreboard.
That's what I'm worried about. If he's fully focused and concentrating, he pays no attention to it, and then he'll find out when the game stops.
Well, he's playing good. I mean, I don't think, he's playing good. He's nice and
I'm
relaxed.
just hoping for his sake that he's paying absolutely no attention to anybody.
Honestly, he's not like most of the players. He's a little different breed. He plays loose. I mean, he's got a gift for just the pace he plays at and how he plays. He's one of those guys where he'll say, "Oh, he should have taken his time. Oh, that was stupid. Oh, this and oh that," until he starts winning world championships right and left because he's got the potential to do it. I like his game a lot. He keeps getting better. He's going to be hard to beat.
Right. It's definitely going to be a back ball break here. Is that what you call it? A back ball?
He just made a big mistake there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell, why he rolled forward there. That was not what you wanted to do. I'd be going 3 rails with this if he's shooting a 1 ball. I would draw this past the side pocket. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
It's going to be the 14 ball. Or is it going to be the 8? I need to go up and look at how far that 8 is.
Go ball. Well, he didn't hit it. He was supposed to go 3 rails. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Go 3 rails and shoot the 3 ball. So now he's funny again.
You know, he's got left-hand English in this, and this is making the shot more difficult doing this. He's bumped the ball, but he's not done any harm here. He's actually sitting pretty good.
He came out pretty good. He's got to do a little stun here. Well, he didn't stun at all.
No, he's got that. This is squeaky bum time, folks.
Yeah. Now, normally when you're hitting the end of the rack, you'd put inside, but not at this angle. So he needs straight and a little bit of right English. A lot of follow and right English.
He's right into the middle ball here. This could die. He's got
no. This ain't
gonna die. This is going to open out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's going to hit this. You want to hit this one with some speed. Now, the only thing that can go wrong is a scratch in the side pocket. That's the one thing that can happen on this kind of angle. That's why I'm saying only a little bit of right English. You don't want to open this up too much. He should hit the 4 ball pretty flush. No, don't draw it. No.
I thought Stubb was muted for 4 hours. Now he's in a different profile. He's Nuclear Forces and Gratis. He's got another profile.
No, don't draw it. That was the wrong. That was a huge mistake. He got away with it.
It's wrong, but he's still at the table.
You wanted to go forward on that ball. He's lucky he didn't scratch doing that.
He's only 5 points behind Albinario. Oh, I wish I hadn't said that.
See, I didn't like hitting at that speed. If you're going to hit that, you need to put more speed on it.
You got to get through them, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay. That's how you get locked against something.
Well,
yeah,
we're looking at.
I'll tell you this right now. Coldest Pillow is one of my favorite players to watch. You know, I just love the pace he plays at.
I'm nervous for him.
You know what you all say, Hugh? Don't sit there and aim. Just look at it and hit it. That's how this guy plays. You don't sit there and spend a whole lot of time aiming. He looks at it, he sees what he wants, and he hits it.
Yeah, well, that's my theory about playing cut shots and stuff like that. Look at it once, see the angle, play the shot. If you start dilly-dallying and dithering and thinking about it again and re-looking at it, then you're doomed.
Well, that's how this guy plays every shot. And he's a super nice person, too. I mean, he's always in the stream. He's very nice. I mean, it's easy to root for him. Of course, half these guys are rooting against Albin because they're tired of him winning so much.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm not rooting against Albin. I'm rooting for Coldest Pillow. Just I want to see him do well.
I'm being sort of semi-impartial here and going by what my mantra has always been. I want to see somebody else putting something up to these guys and giving them something to think about. And Albinario's doing a bit of thinking here, I can assure you, because he's now trailing.
Oh, Hairpig, you and Kachi both. Well, I don't think Kachi it's even the fourth looking, maybe like the 10th.
Albinario's in, and tell you, Albinario's panicking. He's in the stream chat. Somebody jinx this guy.
Whoa,
I'm trying not to.
That was
What's he done
risky
here?
there. That was risky. He's fine. That was
He's
risky.
okay.
That was a kind of ball you could scratch off going forward off the top of the rack.
Whatever happens, you can't ask for more than getting your 2 new high runs for your game in this scenario, in this situation, and he's done it. He's on 71. Oh, he's okay again.
Yep. I mean, he needs 12 balls. And
Cobra says impartiality, my middle name. Aye, too true. Your prayers are almost been answered here, Cobra. But don't make the Steve Davis mistake against Joe Johnson and thinking it was in the bag. That's the only advice I'm giving you. Well, if this unfolds the way it's looking like.
He's got the balls on the table to win. He does not need to break the balls.
Yeah, well.
And he's got a pretty good table. He's kind of working through the rack nicely here.
And he's going for a nudge here.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea.
Well, he's not nudged it. I thought he was maybe going to. Well, I mean, let's be honest. It's all about the pattern. If he plays the pattern right, he doesn't really need to nudge anything. If he just gets in shape and he's on the 8 into the side, that takes care of that issue.
I'm surprised he's shooting the 8 and not the 10. Oh, he's going to come back with it. That's why. I'm a little surprised at that choice. I would have shot the 10 there myself, but
right.
Now he's got the same shot on the 10.
5 balls to go for a sensational victory here for Coldest Pillow. I don't want to jinx him. I might have just done it.
You're a walking jinx.
No, I think it's too good an opportunity. This he's full focus now. I've got every faith in him. This is a brilliant performance by Coldest Pillow. Performance of the tournament in the circumstances, having to sit there and watch Albie run up 103 or whatever it was. He didn't get the head down. He just got on with it.
Wow, what a match! And congratulations, Coldest Pillow.
Fantastic win.
What a performance! What a performance by Coldest Pillow. Well, both players played well. I mean, that was not a matter of somebody just dogging their brains out or anything. Both players played very well.
Well, that's a match. That is a match. I mean, you've got Albinario, who was looking like it was a straight run out to 150, and Coldest Pillow's got a long haul to get back in it. Albinario had a second chance to go over the line on a second visit, fell short, and then Coldest Pillow comes back with the biggest comeback of all.
Well, Cobra's got to be aware now that he's going to have to show up for this final.
Well, that's it.
That was
big runs for show, getting the job done for the dough. That's what I say. You don't have to do them all in big runs of 100 odd. If you just put 2 or 3 good ones together, you can beat anybody. And that was a tremendous performance by Coldest Pillow. And I don't think he was in the stream because he never typed anything or he was keeping quiet, which was the best thing he did because it gave him full focus. And I think Albinario putting that 100 run helped him as well because he knew that was it. He could only go forward. And he stood up to it and done the job. The biggest shock in the straight pool tournament.
I'll tell you what, that's a huge match for Coldest Pillow. Doesn't mean he's going to play that way every time. But what it means is, as a player, that gives you a lot of confidence because you've been struggling to kind of get through. Yeah. Now you can do it. It had nothing to do with beating Albin. Well, a little to do with beating Albin, but it really has more to do with the fact that his performance was at such a high level, and he's never played like that before. So that's a huge thing as a player to kind of reach a new plateau
Yeah, if you go by scores, his visits have improved, and the more important thing about getting yourself in a position to win tournaments is that you do improve, or you do up your game, because you're also sending that message out to the other guy that you're going to meet in the final. This might not be quite as straightforward as you might think, and that sends a message out tonight. So well done, very well done to Coldest Pillow. And that's what I've been waiting to happen in all these tournaments. Goodness knows how many of these championships have streamed, but I've been waiting on somebody other than the usual suspects and putting it up to either Albinario or Cobra. And unfortunately for Albinario, it was him that got done over. But
it was a question of which of the players that were very good players but weren't good enough was going to step up and get better. And it looks like it's going to be Coldest Pillow.
We've thought that in recent times. We thought Matt had a good chance and he fell short,
Matt, One Pocket
Interchange
Slim,
X.
Interchange X. I mean, we got a bunch of these guys that are very good players, and they just haven't been able to take that next step up.
Well, they want to have a look at this stream and reappraise their situation for the next time. Well,
look what Alvin said. Your shot percentage was 100.67. Let's go look at it. It probably was.
Well, that's probably because with his break balls, he was potting, more than one ball in the break. What the hell is this I'm on here? Hang on.
I mean, but that's pretty impressive because I'm trying to think. How did he get? Let's see. Yeah, he got himself stuck on that ball and missed that crazy bank he shot at. That's the only one I can even think of him missing. I mean, that was strong.
Let's have a look.
Well, as the advice was given me when I was an up and coming player, and I got in a match against a champion, and I was, before the match, I asked my mentor, what you got any advice? And he said, don't miss. That was his advice. Don't miss.
Well, Albinario only really had 2 visits. He had the 103 and then the 26 or whatever it was he got. So his average is 65. And then, of course, the shot percentage, 100.67. Shots made, 149, but 150. That was that extra ball in the break. So what else are we looking at? Points per turn, as it says there. Longest run, 84. So that is Coldest Pillow's new high run to win. Now, that's what you do. The high run to win the match. He's broke it for the second time tonight with an 84. So that was tremendous. Cannot argue with that. Great performance. And the high run is still 130. So there's a target for Coldest Pillow in the final. And he's going to have, loads of points to get to that 130 as a new high run in a tournament, a high run. It's a race to 300.
They both did 2 visits.
Yeah. Essentially, that was about it, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't essentially. It was exactly that. They both had 2 visits.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was a good standard and sets a fine example in the prospects of a very interesting final, shall we say. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, just arrange it for tomorrow night, guys. I'll be quite happy. I'm still off tomorrow.
It's gonna be a good one. I definitely want to make the final one way or another. It's gonna be a good one. I mean, I think either one of these guys could win. You still got to make Cobra the favorite. I mean, he's won a lot
for goodness sake, we want to make him the favorite because that way it's the best chance of jinxing him.
Okay, so
Cobra's definitely the favorite.
Cobra's the betting favorite. Coldest Pillow's the sentimental favorite.
Yes. I wonder if what the odds are in Coldest Pillow doing the double, skinning Albinario and then gutting Cobra. That'd be a fantastic performance.
That's a nice way to put it.
I'm talking about trophies in the wall.
What was your name in your past life? Jack the Ripper?
Right, what's Stubb sending me now? Stubb keeps messaging me. What's he saying? Stubb won that match, had nothing to do with Coldest Pillow K. That's what he says. There you go. Right, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You know what I'll do? Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to actually rewatch the whole stream just to take it all in. Because I think it's well worth a rerun to have a look at it.
Sure.
Right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm off for a coffee.
Yep.
Thanks to Steve again for his contributions, and likewise for those in the chat. And we look forward to the final for the 2025 Virtual Straight Pool World Championship is the original no-hoper at the start of the tournament, Coldest Pillow, total rookie at Straight Pool. He's in the final up against Cobra. This is like David and Goliath all over again. The tortoise and the hare. You never know. So
now the final is
what's the deadline for it?
Single final to 300.
Yeah.
The deadline is May 11th. May 11th. So
well, that's only 4 or 5 days away, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a 6th.
Well, it's probably going to be the weekend because Cobra already said he can only play the weekend. So
well,
it's probably going to be Saturday or Sunday.
Well, I hope if it is Saturday or Sunday, I'm not thinking out loud, but I'm saying, for goodness sake, don't make it 8 o'clock at night. Make it for 6:30, 7 o'clock at the latest, and I can stream it any later than that, and I won't be there. You're right enough. It is the 11th. So anyway, it's only a few days, so no doubt, they're both in the UK, so there's not a problem with time zones or anything like that. So it should be a comfortable time for both players. But think about the commentary, folks. There's the plea right now. Right, I'm off. I'm going to bid you all good night.
Good night, guys.
We hope to see you again, folks. Take care and see you later.